Live from the edge of Austin, where Dripping Springs' unofficial sports are clapping dim cheeks and tap thumping, it's gonna be a great night. Now, here is one person who's impressed with Jack Chihuahuas and another who's the sexiest man at a funeral, Brian Brushwood and Justin Robert Young!
Oh, it's totally true. It's totally true. And what's up with you? Because that's totally true. Guess what? I got you a present.
Wait, hold on. You got me a present?
Old-time radio presents for you. Old-time radio presents from me. Anyway, it's back in 1923. Anyway, I'm back getting on me. But it wasn't a rock. It was a rock lobster.
That's all I have. What is this?
We have just been thrown something from Corey.
It appears to be
Officer Villain.
Officer Villain t-shirt.
Oh my God, I'm being arrested. I'll be right back as a totally different character.
What will happen? Will Brian die? Find out after this news from Jericho.
All right, Brian's leaving. Somebody remind me what Officer Villain was.
No one is quite sure. It was how you guys started a week or two ago.
Yeah. Which means that's about like
it might as well be 100 years ago.
Exactly, 100 years ago in Night Attack years. Officer Villain. Wait, can somebody remind me any of the context around Officer Villain? Nobody.
Nah.
Oh, he pulled me over for too much Christmas cheer.
I'm Officer Villain. That's all I remember.
Oh, here we go. Oh my God, hold on. Jesus Christ. Somebody's Very awkward that we're both wearing gray shirts now. Yeah, sorry, sir, officer. I didn't know what I was doing.
Sir, please get out of the vehicle.
Okay. I'm out of the vehicle now.
Sir, I believe I pulled you over before.
Okay.
And forgive me if I'm mistaken, but it seems an awful lot like for some reason I'm staying in the cruiser and using this speaker.
Sure. What would you like? Would you like my license or registration?
I mean, don't you remember me at all?
Are you Officer Villain?
Well, I mean, what would you, if I was Officer Villain, what would you say to him?
Hey, man! Didn't we meet like 2 weeks ago?
Well, I'm sure if I was Officer Villain, I would point out that, yes, I pulled you over on this road.
Yeah.
You were highly intoxicated.
Yeah.
But I wasn't concerned about that. I was just confused by your dazzling eyes. But I mainly was upset because of so much Christmas cheer in November.
Oh, yeah. I love Christmas, but it's December now, so I don't know why you're pulling me over. Before it made sense because it was before Thanksgiving, but now it's into the Christmas season. We're only like a week away from Christmas.
Right, but what it really is that you kind of have a reputation now, so I pulled you over.
Is that profiling?
Yeah.
I mean...
Is this a race thing?
Well, there's a warrant out for your arrest.
Oh, my God, really? For what?
That you have to hang out with me.
Are you just lonely?
I mean, I have Nintendo 64.
What are your favorite games?
Rogue Squadron. I think that was one of them.
Keep going.
All right, I'm more of a PC guy.
Okay.
Officer Villain is PC Master Race.
Yeah, holy shit.
I mean, we could set up like a LAN party or something. I mean, well, I don't know.
What do you do? Like Counter-Strike or?
Well, I mean, yes. Ever since the original Half-Life beta mod.
Oh, you're one of those, huh?
All right, sir. I'm gonna need you to put your hands on the vehicle.
Oh. What's do we know the name of the person? Someone sent that in, right, Corey, or did you make that? He made it. Corey made that. Thank you, Corey.
Yeah, the name is Corey. Corey, thank you, Corey, for making that. No, that's amazing. We should definitely sell Officer. We should sell all this shit.
Yeah, we should make money.
People would want to do
We should
that.
like afford
Well,
the
no,
lifestyle we're living.
They're T-shirts, so we would certainly make 50 cents above the cost of the T-shirt.
right,
but
look, just-
everybody would have merch, which is the good news.
All right, spitballing here. The
Yeah.
problem with T-shirts is the fulfillment costs. You got shipping, you got materials.
Go ahead.
Officer Villain is
Yeah.
passing by. You got T-shirts, you got materials, you got art costs, you got fulfillment, you got shipping. Crazy idea.
Yeah.
Let's set up a store, still
Yeah.
sell the T-shirts. Just don't deliver anything.
Should we just take the money, and you just don't get a T-shirt?
That's very Officer Villain of you.
I mean, I'm just saying. Or we can hang out and have a LAN party. It's your choice. It's me, Officer Villain.
Or we could go to our first topic.
Our first topic.
Bonnie telling stories.
Yeah, she did. My wife makes studio art. For those of you guys who don't know, she creates these incredible ceramic sculptures, and she just got a kiln. Don't get in the kiln. It's a whole thing.
Get in the kiln.
Yeah, get out of the kiln. But she realized that part of being a studio artist, the experience is that you have to be able to like look somebody in the eye and tell them the story of what
Yes.
this means to you. Because whether you would like to believe that art can exist in a vacuum or not, the truth is, if you want to sell art, you better have a fucking story.
Yes.
So Bonnie took a storytelling workshop, and she was very worried that nobody would show up for the stage
See,
show.
I didn't know that. All I knew was that Bonnie personally invited me to this thing.
Yes.
And then set up a group chat where she sent the Eventbrite,
Yes.
and then personally texted me the Eventbrite
Yeah.
like a week later.
Right.
And I'd already bought tickets.
Which is similar to what you would do, let's say, if you were having a private party or a soiree.
Sure.
You would
Yeah.
invite people.
Yeah. Every time she texted me, I'm like, I'm in.
Right.
And then she kept texting me, and I'm like, I'm in. And she texted me another time, I'm like, Bonnie, I swear to God, I'm showing up. I'm showing up with not only me, but I'm bringing other people.
Would you describe her reaction as though she, at some deep visceral level, didn't really believe that any of us were going to show up?
Considering how well I know Bonnie, considering how well I know you,
Yes.
and considering that like it would be very weird for me to not tell Bonnie if I couldn't come that I was going to come and then bail at the last minute. It was odd. I think it definitely belayed the fact that she was not sure that people were going to show up.
If I was going to guess, and I don't think I'm talking out of school, and we can have Bonnie call in. Did I just hear the Bryce grunt?
No.
Oh, okay. I heard somebody go, for a second.
That would have been really quick. That would have been like you say, Bonnie could call it. Bryce, did you grunt?
No. I said talking out of school. That would
Okay.
be an appropriate moment
All
to be like,
Okay.
I'm familiar with this show.
Sure.
But I would guess that Bonnie had done all of the work on her story that she was going to present and needed a place to put that energy.
Yeah.
So the new place becomes invite people. I've invited everyone. Now where does the energy go? Well,
So,
I guess I'll confirm that they're all coming.
I know that I showed up with 2 people.
Yep.
How many people did Bonnie invite?
Half the room, apparently. Actually, hold on.
Like a couple dozen?
No.
It was a
It
small
was a very,
room.
very small event. I think.
And it was space for COVID. So it was like
correct. So
it was
everybody was spread out.
in little pods.
But it's like she invited her brother and his wife and me and you and whoever people wanted to
Holy
bring.
shit, now that I'm putting it together, between the people that we wound up eventually going to dinner with,
Right.
and Bonnie's brother and her wife, and then the other speakers, I think that was everybody that was there.
I mean, we. That's right. If you subtract the other,
Yeah.
So Bonnie was like, "Hey, this is an event. Events are better when everybody shows up. So I'm
Yes.
going to do the effort. I'm going to do the legwork to make sure the bodies show up, especially at this moment in a pandemic or whatever." And so it was number one, a very cool moment when I realized, looking around the room, like, Oh my
All us.
Yeah, Bonnie brought the party, and she told a really wonderful story, and then we ended up going to pizza afterward, where we number one had a great time, number two discussed all of the stories. End of story.
Bonnie was very kind, according
Okay,
to the intro that she got.
so
Bonnie was. I don't want to let this get rolled over.
I think
Bonnie
this is
killed.
safe
Bonnie
territory.
killed. Bonnie
Yeah.
killed.
She did great.
Her story was amazing. I would say it was totally objectively like one of the two best ones that
But
were.
as
that were
all
said.
good stories do,
Yeah.
you have to make a villain in this story. So in this case, she made a soft villain out of one of my family members who misspoke.
Yes, you told a story about your uncle
Yep.
and a spider. And I
Yes.
don't know. I mean, should we retell the
No,
story?
no.
Yeah.
We'll save it. It'll be a moment when you know what? Maybe next week.
Ladies
but-
and gentlemen, can we make an announcement real quick? Next
for it.
week for our Christmas episode, you guys have long wanted it. It's been something that's been requested through, I think, every iteration of this show. Well, certainly at least through NSFW show on. We will do it next week.
Instead of Great Night, it'll be
Great Wife.
uh,
Because
we don't know what that looks like. We
Bonnie
don't know what we're
Brushwood and
promising.
Ashley Paramore are going to be the hosts of the show next week. And we will be involved as much as they want us to be involved. We will not be involved as much as they don't want us to be involved, but that will happen next week. Great Wife, the Christmas edition.
Okay. To collapse the story so we can move forward, the host of the storytelling event introduced Bonnie as being so kind. She's so kind. She's the kindest girl. She's so kind. Please welcome Bonnie Brushwood, right? And so nothing about that was weird to me. But then 24 hours later, she's like,
I will tell you from being in the audience, if somebody at a showcase introduced me as so kind, what a kind person. This kind-hearted man is so kind. He's going to kind his way to the stage right now. The kindest man in town, Justin Robert Young. I'd be like, fuck you.
well, okay.
Fuck you right in your face. Brett, would you?
I'd stand for that.
Right?
I would not.
Because I'm not here to give everybody $5.
No.
I'm here to fucking be interesting and funny.
Yeah.
You should say the most interesting and funny person in the room.
There we go.
There we go. That's
Okay,
exactly
but
what you should
meanwhile-
say.
Pressure. Even that has pressure.
Okay, meanwhile,
I prefer the pressure.
none of you guys sat with 5 minutes with the host. And I was like, and so like 24 hours later, Bonnie's like, why the fuck did he keep calling me kind? And
I'm with her. I'm with her 100%.
And my answer was, because you're very kind.
You're a very nice person.
Totally
It's known.
not here nor there. Not here nor there. The fact that she's also legitimately kind doesn't matter. This isn't like a judgment of her like entire life. This is a showcase for her storytelling abilities.
Correct. Okay. Well, the one part I don't think I have shared with you, Justin, is that after another story, which will come up shortly, last night she was like, well, I mean, he kept saying I was kind, and you guys were talking about how mad and what an asshole I was. And
Pause it.
Yeah. And I explained that I was like, sweetheart, everybody has their own language. The host of the show reduced everything about you to one word, kind, which is accurate. Meanwhile, me, Justin, Andrew Heaton, Rachel, everyone, we have a different love language. And it's so obvious to us that you are kind that the only way to reward you doing something very kind is to do an impromptu celebrity roast, which is what we did and will continue to do in our next segments.
Oh, yes.
Sunday party.
All right, this is a very quick segment because this is going to be a themed A block. After we watched Bonnie tell her story, we then went to a pizza place, and we all had a really, really great time, at which point we all decided to hang out the next day. Bryce, next topic.
All right, next up.
The moon.
Now, while we were hanging out,
All right.
I'm gonna say, let me say it.
quick.
Look, we lawyered this out. We lawyered
Yes.
this out.
Credit to Bryce though, because what it actually said is the moon. Beautiful. Bow bow. So beautiful.
More beautiful.
We are a bunch of adults hanging out on a Sunday afternoon. There was a lot of groovy vibes. Some people got way groovier than others. Some people were barely groovy at all. In fact,
Maybe
probably
not groovy at all.
Maybe they were just there to watch out to make sure somebody didn't get too groovy.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty fucking groovy at the time. And Brian, I would say you were too.
Yeah, well, we decide like we were the right amount of groovy where it felt like a novel adventure to walk into the backyard.
Yes.
All the way in the 7 acres, right? At which point,
So there's a little cadre of us. Can I please tell this part?
Go ahead,
Because,
go ahead.
Because I feel like this needs to be told from the outside. We're all walking around, and we're bullshitting, we're talking, and all of a sudden, as if he just got surprised by somebody that he has not seen in a very long time, Brian Brushwood looks over his left shoulder and goes, "Oh, he's here!" And I go, "What?" And he goes, "The moon!"
followed by
Like,
the greatest
"Ah!"
phrase, I was wondering if it would show up.
There we go. And then I'm imagining that Brian's introducing everybody. "Oh shit, man. This is Justin. This is Andrew. This is Rachel. Man, you got to meet this motherfucker. He is wild."
What I meant was that was the thing I intended to look up is whether or not the moon would be as it gets to twilight, I like to, tell the story of the stars and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I should check and see what phase of the moon we're in and all that stuff.
Yes.
But I was pretty groovy. And,
Pretty groovy at the
instead,
time.
what came out of the little man who lives in my mouth was, oh shit, he's here. I was wondering if you were going to show up. Guys, this is the moon.
Bryce, I'm going to give you lead time if you have not looked it up. Oh, you have it.
Yep.
It was at this point that friend of the show, Andrew Heaton, was so groovy.
I mean, who knows how groovy he was?
Maybe the grooviest of all of us, that he split off from the pack and decided to sit
on a bench.
On a bench in the back part of Brian's property.
Which I swear to God, this looks like the best 70s prog rock album cover. Happy Englishman sits.
And if you are only listening, I can only describe the slender form of Andrew Eaton on a bench amongst a lot of sagebrush and rocks as he sits in an ostrich skin jacket looking out into the
with
world.
An amazing shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
So
He doesn't. No. Somebody just pointed out. Ben Franklin points out he looked like the protagonist in a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. Like that. That is what it is. We were joking. It's going to be the cover. Oh, also he has isotoner gloves on, which is another odd moment of this.
Those look like blue blocker glasses he's got.
Oh, yeah.
there was this amazing moment where it's like we all hang around eating for a little bit, and we're like, "Hey, we're gonna keep walking," and he's like, "Cool, I'm good."
Okay, guys, I'm going to sit here forever, and just kind of sat there, and he was just
How long
there.
was he sitting there? Like 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
I mean, an eternity. What's the difference?
Yeah.
No,
Things are pretty groovy.
In while keeping time in my groovy state was probably not a strong state. I would guesstimate in reality probably
An hour.
split off from when we split off from him to when he rejoined us. It was anywhere between 30 and 45 minutes.
TK in the chat summarizes things very differently, saying, that is someone who just hit a body.
And is really happy about his handiwork.
Oh, my God.
Bryce, what's our next topic?
All right, next.
Strange dog. Bow, bow.
Bow wow.
Bow, wow.
So, Heaton is busy sitting on, or actually, Heaton comes back, and then Heaton says, you know what? I'm going to go back and sit on that bench. And then Justin says, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, there were human conversations that were just not groovy enough for Heaton and I, and so we both wound up walking back into the back part of the acreage and just kind of laid down.
And there's a brief lull in which things get a little bit quiet. The campfire's crackling. We're listening to music. Various levels of groovy. People are having white wine, and it's very quiet.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, by the way, at this gathering are a few dogs that took a little bit to synchronize and get on the same page.
Yeah, but it was a very harmonious dog afternoon.
Yeah, including 2 Chihuahuas-ish, and then a kind of a
larger
youngish
dog.
German Shepherd mix or whatever. Then all of a sudden, I'm facing the other way, and all of the dogs, as though it's the movie Poltergeist, are seeing something inhuman, and they all go on high alert, hackles up. And then I see humans go on high alert, hackles up. And then I turn, and there is a dog that I believe, Bryce, you have seen.
Is it your dog? I've seen your dog. I've seen Joy.
Yes. No, it was no. My dog Joy.
Not Joy.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that one of the neighbors' dogs, kind of a reddish dog, real friendly.
Pink
I
collar.
do remember. Yeah,
Yeah.
She showed up a few weeks ago and just sniffed around and hung out.
We didn't know what to do because it's like
What do we do with it? She had a leash on or a collar, so it's not like it was a
clearly
stray.
somebody's dog, right?
Yeah.
And so that dog shows up, and in a vacuum, that would have been fine.
Yeah.
But instead, it's the equivalent of a baseball bat to a hornet's nest, right? And all of a sudden, dogs.
All
are
the
like,
dogs are going crazy. Yeah. Because it's strange. Much in the way that Brian was surprised by the moon. The rest of these dogs.
My bro, me and the moon, we played this game. There was this one time we went all the way up to Nebraska, and the moon was like, all right, get your daughters all on the road. This is going to be great. Watch. Where's the sun? Where's the sun? There's no, okay, I'm just kidding. It's me, the moon.
So
I was
Moon is so
describing
casual.
the
Listen, we're aware.
We
We're
got
aware.
it. Yeah, we got it.
You gotta just understand that you're leaving it out there. So this dog comes in, and I don't see all this part, like all the initial chaos.
Right.
I am in the back part of the acreage, being particularly groovy, laying on my back and just kind of looking up into the sky. When all of a sudden I hear what I could only describe as galloping. And that is 2 dogs that are running as fast as they can through the back part of the acreage and swooping between me and Heaton. Now, I am confused, but too particularly groovy to move. So I'm just washing it all in.
By the way,
Heaton-
they are running around like about, 15 feet diameter pool of stagnant water.
Well, no, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So they are just circling the kind of edge of it. At which point, Heaton who loves dogs, is just clapping his belly. He's also laying down. And he's just clapping his ostrich skin coated belly and saying, dogs, come here. Come here, dogs.
Flapping
Come
his
here.
belly. Oh my goodness.
They do not. They keep running around each other.
In circles.
And my initial thought is, I bet somebody else showed up, brought their dog, and so now these 2 dogs are running around because I hear Bonnie and the other
Liz,
dog's owner that are there and they're hanging out. So I'm like, oh, they're not freaking out and screaming like, oh my god, something crazy
who are
is
these
happening, right?
dogs?
So it's got to be something under control. Dogs come back. Heaton again. Come here, dogs. Come here. Come here. They run right by him. And in the back part of Brian's acreage, we are laying in what would be, in a heavy rain season, a full pond. Instead, it is just the very bare remnants of a pond because it's only rained a little bit. And the dogs run right into this filthy, brackish water, to which Heaton goes, I don't want you anymore. and so that was pretty much that. The dogs were running around. Eventually, they come back up. We both make our way back up to civilization, and we find out that this is a rogue dog.
That's correct. It's one of the neighbor's dog. We don't know where the dog came from. We know we've seen it before and that it hasn't attacked anyone as best we could tell.
Seems very
we know
nice.
that this dog is very excited. Like it's the second time this rogue dog has shown up, and she's like, "What's going on over here?" Right? And then all the dogs are barking like, "Whoa!" And then she takes a step, and then it's as though a very tame wine commercial got interrupted by somebody kicking in the door and saying, "Seems like this party needs some Keystone Light, am I right?"
Yeah.
Running around, dogs barking, people freaking out, and so this dog, to this day, there will never ever be a silent movie as funny as watching Bonnie try to entice this dog to let a leash be put on him.
Yeah.
But
Because they have a collar.
That's
But
correct.
they need a leash because we're going to walk this dog back to wherever they came from.
We eventually find out that the dog's name is Trudy. We get a phone number that nobody answers, and Bonnie's like, you know what? I'm pretty sure I know where this dog goes.
Mhm.
And we're like, cool.
Now, Bonnie, I would say, was very bold.
Yeah.
Because we got
Not
the dog.
very groovy.
We not particularly groovy, which probably made her more bold than either of us would be. But like, she, before we even like spent a lot of time calling, she was like, I think I know. Let me just walk this dog back.
Right. So she's like, come on, dog, whose name I don't know. Let's go. And so anyway, 17,000 years pass. And then,
Or 10 minutes.
and then I'm looking again, I'm in the same seat. All of a sudden, the dogs get the same crazy face, and the people get the same crazy face. And then I'm like, what's happening? And just as I'm thinking what's happening, somebody says, the dog is back. But where's Bonnie? And I turn around, and there's the dog sitting there. Everyone's freaking out. And I'm like, uh-oh. And so then I stand up, turn around. And if you've ever seen Die Hard, at the end, there's a character that you think is dead, turns out not to be dead, is filled with rage and fury, limping, moving forward, and it turns out to be my wife.
Yes. Bonnie had taken the dog to where she thought was the dog's home.
The wrong home.
Turned out to be the wrong home.
Also got the dog in somebody else's yard.
Pushed it into a hole that seemed to be bitten out by the dog's teeth.
Dog didn't like it.
And then tried to throw things in front of the hole.
Took an old tire. She took an old tire. She pulled a cask of Amontillado, where she was basically like, "This is your new home now." And the dog
The
didn't
very
like.
Bonnie part of the story, to be honest.
Now, by the way, for the record, literally earlier in the day, there was a conversation which was like, hey, if you see a lost dog, because Rachel does stuff where she like does yard sales a lot, so you often wind up in strange neighborhoods. If you see a loose dog, find an open fence, throw the dog in it, close the door. The neighborhood's gonna figure it out.
Correct.
At a certain point, these people know each other more than you know where that dog's gonna go.
Fair.
They're gonna figure it out. So Bonnie tried to apply the same strategy, This dog would not have it, and immediately was like, "Wait, I don't know. I like it way better at that party over there." Bites Bonnie on the leg and gets the fuck out.
Bites her boot. Yeah, kind of noms her boot, basically.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. all right.
I didn't know you were a dog lawyer, but I would say that was biting on the leg.
But the important thing is that the dog comes back, and then God damn it, there was y'all seen the moon? He's my bro. Fuck, there was a part of the story. It'll come to me. But Bonnie comes back very upset, and then we have to go meet the neighbors and find out the dog and all of that stuff.
Oh no, because then you get recruited.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden Bonnie rolls up and she is not fucking happy. She is like, "Hey,
that's right.
Do you have your phone?"
She says, "Do you have your phone?" She's like, "Come with me." And so I get roped into the adventure. After the adventure ends, we eventually find a home for the dog that ran around. And by the way, almost certainly will be back because what an amazing second visit this dog had. Got fed, played with dogs. There was a party.
Had Olympic level zoomies.
Yes, no, true. But there was this wonderful moment where Rachel, who we've known for less than 24 hours, in a moment of clarity says, "You know, Bonnie, I've not known you very long, but I can confidently say that was the angriest I have ever seen you." And
she was fucking pissed.
She was very kind, though.
Yeah.
Very kind.
There we go.
Very kind. Bryce, what's our last topic?
Our last topic is
Nerdy chicken.
Man.
This is a quick one.
Yeah, real quick. So later in the day, Bonnie's talking about I don't remember the point of the story, but she was trying to describe
Things have gotten particularly groovy at this point.
She was like, you know that chicken joint where the chicken's like going real fast, and then she does this hand gesture that I don't understand. And I was like, yeah, no, the chicken's just like
a long chicken.
Yeah, so picture making two okay signs and then stretching them apart from each other. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what is this? And I do the gesture.
And I say, not knowing more than what I've driven past around this neighborhood, "Oh, golden chick." And she's like, "Yeah." And then you say, "No, not golden chick. It's got to be."
Well, Bonnie explains that the double OK stretching gesture is, in her mind, a rubber chicken that is being used like a rubber band.
Gotcha.
And we get that solved. And then I realized that, like, you're talking about Chicken Express, the one with the fast chicken or whatever. She's like, yeah, anyway, it's right up the road. And I'm like, whoa, no. It's not, that's Chicken Express. You're talking about Golden Chick. And she was like, what's the difference? And I was like, well, I mean, Chicken Express is like this fast chicken, like moving fast. A golden chick is like a nerdy ass chicken. And
can we get the
logo,
Chicken Express logo? Because I've actually never seen
images.
Oh, this thing just suddenly stopped.
I have never seen the chicken. Oh shit,
that's Chicken Express.
Okay, so that does look like kind of like a rubber chicken, like being fired, right?
Right.
And then you said that Golden Chick was
no, totally different chicken. This is a nerdy ass chicken.
A nerdy ass chicken.
A nerdy ass chicken. And by the way, for like 5 seconds, everybody nods as though that makes sense. And then the questions come.
How does a chicken look nerdy?
And I was like, I don't know. It's a nerdy ass chicken, right? And then
well, hold on. I gotta see this logo first because
that's Chicken Express. We want Golden Chick.
Can we get the Golden Chick?
There's no.
I don't have.
If you go to images, if you search on.
I know how to Google, but.
Wow! All right. Pick a lane. There you go. Scroll down.
There we go.
Scroll down. Like
no, that's it. That's a
nerdy ass chicken, right?
There we go. Okay, so so there's a chicken that has glasses. And is looking in profile up toward the sun and is very excited about it.
As pieces of itself lay on the plate.
Exactly.
He's like, what up? It's Darwinian fitness, am I right?
Once again, it's suicide food right there.
Later that evening, Rachel texts the group chat that we had set up for the day with what?
Just randomly, like long after that moment, just group chat text just says, that's a fucking nerdy ass chicken. And then I felt vindicated and
Sweet
validated.
validation.
But not as validated as I feel when people go to patreon.com/great night.
Patreon.com/great night is where you need to go right now if you want to support this very show. If you would like to get our bonus episodes, those are exclusive. And guys, when I tell you that there is some drama that fucking happens on these episodes, I couldn't
Hard
even...
drama, traumatic drama.
Oh, you want to paper over it? You want to paper over the fact that you two fuckers tried to sandbag me and then I was vindicated by the internet?
First of all, you weren't because you perverted the question.
Bullshit.
And then you shaped
Bullshit.
the narrative, Mr.
Bullshit.
Politics.
Bullshit. No, I said on the bonus episode, I said on the bonus episode that as a comedic reference, I said it'd be really funny if outfielders playing baseball would be smoking. And I used the phrase, if there was a right fielder blowing butts.
Blowing butts.
And next thing you know, I have two fucking people. Oh my God, the vultures descend. Bryce Neshcom Castillo, Brian Brushwood. Oh, blow butts like licking hole.
Well,
but that's kind of
that's not what we said. We were like, I've never heard the word blowing butts.
Is that what
Blowing
you're talking about?
Wait, blowing butts, blowing butts, blowing butts.
These motherfuckers gaslighting me
What?
into thinking that I have never heard this statement before. Next thing you know, I
it's
go
so-
to the
it's so-
internet.
That's right. And of
they
course,
tell me
because
that
you're-
that shit is true
Okay.
and real.
No. When you went to the internet, I assume I wouldn't know because I don't even read the filthy motherfuckers. But you, I assume, said who believes in the phrase blowing butts. Is that what you wrote?
Yes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go look it up.
Okay. Well, let's
Go look
do
it
that.
up.
All right. So let's see. It's at just.
Yeah. Oh, are we gonna do the full fucking forensic right now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not. It's pretty. I wrote Justin R. Pung. Young. What you asked is, hey guys, has anybody ever called butts to mean cigarettes?
Yeah.
That wasn't the fucking part of the question that we were upset about. It was the blowing, not the butting.
Number one, there is a goddamn sign at Faneuil Hall. Wait, what is this? There's
You
somebody
read
here in the
it from,
audience.
yeah, there we go. Live in the audience. Crack reporters. Brett, report.
We the act really. So in the Urban Dictionary, it
No,
says
stop. No, we looked that up. Get the fuck out of here.
the act of licking a butthole.
Yeah.
All right,
And, blowing air
enough.
into
No. We don't want that.
Look,
we don't want that.
You
This is a
shaped
tweet.
the narrative
Have
by
you
leaving
ever
out
heard
Have
the
you
word
ever heard of
butt,
cigarettes
but-
being referred to as butts was the first question that I asked.
Yes.
And I wanted to see whether or not that was even a thing. Many people said that it was only the end of a cigarette. Other people, mostly people from New England,
Don't care about
said
any
that
of that
it was
part.
the entire cigarette.
Yes.
Then the only question becomes what the adjective is, for which at Faneuil Hall, one of the like elements of the Freedom Tour or Liberty Tour, I forget what it is in Boston, whatever.
They're
fucking
verbs.
people don't fucking get on my ass about that. They have no ripping butts. That's Boston for no smoking.
Right.
So if you can tolerate ripping, you can tolerate blowing. Those are two like quit ripping butts, kid. That is an actual sign that has been at Faneuil Hall.
Man, it sounds like you made a really powerful argument, and I think it's time for our jury to make a vote. Brett?
Justin, words have meaning, and
I'm not gonna take this shit.
blowing
I have
not the same thing as ripping butts.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck
right.
all of you.
Hey, question,
Fuck all of you.
question.
I have heard
All
the
right,
phrase
hold
blowing
on.
butts. Blowing butts is the thing. If I were in
Last
fucking
question.
if I were in Southie
Smoking-
and I
look,
told some
smoking
son of a
butt,
bitch that I'm
blowing
blowing butts,
butt,
they would know
that's fucking-
exactly what I was doing. They would think I was licking hole.
Justin, my last question is, you have a choice. Would you rather have your butt ripped or blown?
The cigarette that I invented?
No,
They
I
can
mean
do
you're
either.
asshole. All right. Bryce, you got a game for us?
Oh, yes, sorry. I was,
He's like, oh shit.
yes, hello. Welcome back to. Hello, everybody. Yeah, it's time for one of our favorite games. Say it with me, News 6.
Hold on. In the chat, they're saying that the second hit on Google for blow a butt is your tweet about it.
I see. Blow a butt.
There we go.
So I did tweet about it. That was your that was your evidence, Johnny Cochran.
Hello. Yes, it's time for Say It With Me Again, News 6.
The news that blows butts.
This is the news.
Stand
That's
up. Stand up.
Who's
Butt
stand up?
Nation.
Butt Nation. Stand up and blow hard,
Stand
I tell you.
up.
This is the part of this is the game where we
Man,
take some
all
news.
the girls at Orange Theory are going to agree with me.
Yeah, I can't wait to
Get
talk
up
to
and
Gertrude
clap them
about this.
Yeah, me and Gladys are
Hey,
gonna
girl,
fucking-
you want me to blow your butt or rip it? They're both the same.
I'm tired
I don't
of your,
see the difference
I'm tired of
between
your
the two.
profanity. I'm honestly tired of your profanity.
This is the game where we take some news items and pick some semi-related trivia. We've got 6 news topics for you. That's why we call it News 6. Your topics today are much vroom, very speed, a sexy mini super, ice ice baby, a G-Dragon capsule, just a number, and ting ting.
Better stand up.
So we're going to start with Brian today. Brian, which of these 6 topics would you like to get a question about?
Yo, dude, the music at the Ting Tings is one of my favorite things. So let me go with Ice Ice Baby.
You're going to go with Ice Ice Baby here on News 6. This is the news that's 6, of course.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get that first question, we do have a consequence.
Oh, yeah.
Brett, what is the consequence?
I'd like to thank, well, here, let me bring it up. I'd like to thank Chris Myers for sending in this suggestion that
you,
we're
Chris.
going to be using today. The loser of the game has to take off their shoes and socks and let Bryce or take a tasteful foot picture and post it to the show account tagged with the loser's Twitter handle and hashtags.
That's really good. That's a really, really good consequence. Because
So basically, it's allows yourself to become an entry on WikiFeet.
Yes, pretty
Gotcha.
much.
I've waited for this day.
Do you feel like you have a lot of foot confidence?
Oh, yeah. I have gorgeous feet.
He's,
You have no idea.
his feet have been recorded quite a lot.
Yeah.
On
I only
Any
wish I had groomed everything.
Now, all right. The dynamics of the fact that 2 of the people who have been behind the camera the most, Corey and Bryce, have both just been nodding the entire time,
Yeah.
makes me believe that you've been forcing these people who you pay as employees to film your feet to put it on the internet.
All right. Look, my first big hit was Reservoir Dogs. My second big hit was Pulp Fiction. And now I do Great Night.
He doesn't film his own feet.
Revenue stream is revenue stream. All right.
That's right.
Okay.
all right. So you picked Ice Ice Baby, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Ice Ice Baby. This is from our friends at the Huffington Post. A viral video this week showed educators in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, scrambling at the center of the Sioux Falls Stampede's ice hockey arena for loose dollar bills intended to help fund equipment for classrooms. Organizers apologized for the, quote, degrading and insulting display. The most money that a teacher collected that night was $616. Both of you are going to guess for me how much money in total was up for grabs during the event. The closest without going over will get a point. Brian, we're going to start with you. How much money was up for grabs at this event?
$617.
It's going to say 617.
That was the leader in the clubhouse.
No, that's the total amount
Total.
of revenue
Oh,
in this,
you
in
said
this
it
story.
was one person
It was
who
one
grabbed all
very
of it.
industrious person who
All right.
wanted to do good for the community.
Okay.
Everyone else was ashamed to be there.
Got you.
Justin, how much money do you think was up for grabs?
$618.
GT Gerbs. GT Gerbs.
No. I won't be that scummy. I will say
$620.
no. So if I remember, I did see this today. There were about 4 or 5 people grabbing at it. If the leader got 617, then I will say $3,000.
$3,000.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, real quick. Let's go over those numbers. 4 or 5 people. Winner had 617.
Well, you said 617, 616.
Sorry, 616.
Yeah.
5 times. Yeah, okay. It was a
You want
close
to go
game.
to Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh,
How's that tone feeling?
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the moons here?
Tone got running before the math engine did, didn't it?
Ah, baby.
All right.
Hey, calm down. Go blow a butt.
Yeah, I'm going to rip a butt. It's the same thing, right?
Blowing
Ripping
a
a
butt
butt is
seems
like
a lot more
farting. And it's
casual
equating
than
smoking
ripping
with
it.
farting.
Yes.
Anyway, in their apology, the Sioux Falls Stampede, along with CU Mortgage Direct, said that they would be providing an additional $15,500 to area teachers. That's on top of the initial $5,000 that was dumped on the ice. That's a Justin point.
Your awesomeness, it shines too bright.
So, I guess there were more than 4 or 5.
No.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Because it was a timed thing, so they only had X amount of time.
Got
to
it.
grab
It
It was
okay,
a
now I understand.
gigantic.
It
pile.
was like the wind machine.
Yeah.
kind of-
It got like compared to Squid Game. Like that was like that there were people that no one got
Their
shot and
bruises?
killed.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But it was like I don't know, poverty theater.
They were literally in the middle of a big coliseum. They were in a big ice hockey rink.
And people were clapping for them scrambling up.
Someone
I mean, like,
Dollar bills.
also, it's like it really is. It shows you how much metaphors matter because normally in the intermissions of every hockey game, there's somebody who's doing something for some amount of money.
Sure.
Like this is just like, oh, if you're literally grabbing at dollar bills, like you might be like, who can push their literal child into a better future?
All right. Well, that is a point for Justin. Justin, you're going to pick a topic for me here. We got 5 more.
I'm going to go G Dragon Capsule.
A G Dragon capsule here on News 6.
We'll place a side bet about whether or not this is about G. Gordon Liddy.
This is the News at 6.
Okay, what would you want to bet?
50 cents. You know what this is?
That's a 50-cent piece.
Where do you think it came from?
The mint.
Okay. Most recently, besides me, where do you think this came from?
Your grandma?
Asshole poker.
Oh shit! This is from Vegas. This is from
Yeah.
New Orleans. You just keep this on you at all times to
I-
remind you of that time that you played asshole
you know
poker?
it's that
I do.
one?
So it has
Oh, okay.
powerful sentimental value.
Powerful.
So
Okay,
when I
yeah.
lose this, because it's definitely
now
not
it's not
going to
fun
be
to
about
me.
G. Gordon Liddy,
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I don't want it. You should
Okay.
keep it.
All right.
Next week, the James Webb Telescope will finally launch in French Guiana. After 25 years of development, the 21-foot wide telescope will be launched with the hopes of finding latent images dating back to the Big Bang, which is the beginning of the universe. This telescope has a viewing angle 15 times wider than Hubble and captures 6 times more light. Question: satellites like this don't mean much if they don't send their images back to Earth. How much data per day will the James Webb Telescope send back to Earth every day? Closest wins the point.
How much data?
How much data in
Data.
bytes, megabytes, gigabytes? Take your pick. Justin, we're gonna start with you.
Ooh, shit. Shit. Fuck.
Damn.
God
Piss.
damn.
Ass. Butt.
Rip
Gross.
butt.
Quit busting my labes.
All right. Oh my God. All right. Stop it.
Justin, we're looking for an amount of data.
I'm going to say 50 gigs.
He's gonna say 50 gigabytes. Brian,
Per day?
per day.
It's got to be at least a terabyte. So I'll say 1 terabyte, which is.
That shit's coming from space?
Yeah.
Terabyte
Yeah.
from space.
Yeah.
With what?
With wireless technology, the same thing my phone uses at about the same rate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's the nights and weekends plan?
Ain't no night when you chill with my boy the moon.
Chewing?
Chilling.
Oh, chilling. Okay, I thought
No,
they were
chewing
Oh,
butt.
I thought they were chewing the old straw.
Actually, you know what? I would be on board for chewing butts.
Now, if somebody said chewing butts, I'd be like, that's fucked up. That doesn't mean cigarettes.
No, I'm with you.
No one says chewing butts.
That's why. Why do they call it Chewbacca?
I swear to God, everybody who's ever heard blow a butt, like, you need to rise up right now. Blow a butt nation. Stand up. This is the call, the clarion call. Do not let your heritage be erased. Do not let your story be untold by these whitewashing motherfuckers.
Surprisingly quiet.
Blow a butt nation, right?
Blow a butt nation.
Oh, butt nation.
All right, so Justin said 50 gigabytes. Brian said 1 terabyte. The amount that we were looking for was 458 gigabytes.
Wait.
That's a Justin point.
Barely. Wow.
Ah, shit.
Barely.
That might have been the closest and fairest we've ever had a round of
Fuck this. I'm going to throw the rest of this game so I can get my ugly feet because you are clearly turned on by the fact that someone's going to take a picture of your feet.
I mean, I'm this close to untying my laces right now. I may toe bomb.
I'm throwing
your,
the rest
your
of this
photo.
game. I'm throwing the rest of this fucking game.
All
I'm
right.
getting
I
my
may
feet on
piggy
that.
bomb your photo.
Just a little pinky. Hey.
We can take pictures of your feet, 1 foot holding the other foot, you know.
I actually think we've actually had couples feet pictures taken.
I mean, no. We definitely got pedicures together.
Pedicures together
Yeah.
once.
That was dope.
Anyway.
I'm gonna pick the ting ting.
All right, Brian's going to say ting ting here on 2-6.
What's funny is that was a genuinely sweet moment, and I was genuinely lost in remembering it for a second.
All right, ting ting. If you had Crazy Frog becomes a Twitter main character on your 2021 bingo card, get your markers out. The Novelty Music Act, which has seen new ownership in years past, announced the sale of Crazy Frog NFTs, which threw up a lot of dust and drama about who's in charge, the original creator's disapproval, all sorts of other Twitter shit, and it's not really important. Conveniently, Crazy Frog also put out their first new song in 12 years, a Euro dance cover of Run DMC's Tricky.
Yeah.
Question. The voice sample at the center of Crazy Frog, an imitation of a two-stroke engine, was recorded in 1997 by Daniel Malmedal. But in what year was Crazy Hits, the debut album of Crazy Frog, released? Closest will get the point. What year was Crazy Hits, Crazy Frog's debut album, released? We're going to start with you, Brian.
2002. I got the ringtone.
Brian's going to say 2002. Justin?
Shit. I think it's a touch earlier. So I'll say 2001. And just to call my shot. Fuck.
Oh, call that shot.
Yeah, it'd be somewhere between like.
I'm with the butts.
It'd be like somewhere between like early September.
What are you doing?
Mid
Oh,
September.
my God.
Maybe closer to mid September. Like somewhere between like September like
10th.
9th and September 13th. Like
Yeah.
like yeah. I think it was released on 9/11 2001.
Do you remember?
All right.
Really? That's your tag on 9/11? That's your tag. That's your tag.
remember?
Your tag is hashtag do you remember
You should never forget. Do you remember?
the 11th day
It
of
was the
September?
bluest skies. Country songs. Here's a banjo.
Muhammad Atta and his 19 friends. All right.
3, 2. Alrighty. Debuting at the at the top.
You fucking started it, Brett. You started it.
Brett, you
I
really
wanted
did
to go
start
for a tasteful 9/11 joke, and you made it weird.
You're welcome.
Debuting at the top of the New Zealand album charts, Crazy Hits released July 25th, 2005.
Oh!
That's a Brian point.
By the way, Curtis the Rock says Jay-Z's The Blueprint actually was released on 9/11, as was Tenacious D's debut album.
Self-titled, I believe.
Yeah,
just
self-titled
Tenacious
album.
D, yeah.
Pretty good day for music.
Well, unfortunately, I remember feeling very odd. Like I was a tremendous fan, but then like the last track is about blowing up City Hall, and I was like, "Yee."
That shit was already out the door. They weren't big enough for anybody to give a fuck about pulling anything at that point. They were at Zoolander.
Yee.
All right, we are halfway through this game. Brett, what is our score halfway
We
through
have
the
a
game?
fantastic run of points that are going on here. But Justin is towing the lead right now.
You son of a bitch.
That's right. With 2 points, Brian has 1 point. We'll see what happens.
Man, look, don't get caught up in the standings. Don't think about how you're number 2. Just focus on ripping that butt, blowing the butt. Sorry.
Which one is it?
Which one is it?
I mean,
Which one do you like the best?
Oh, no.
Bryce.
All right, Justin, we've got 3 more more topics here. We got much room, very speed, super mini, sexy mini super, and just a number.
Much room. Very speed.
Much room, very speed on news 6. This is the news at 6.
Swear to God, the question is, how many butt cheeks do you have?
It won't be that.
Okay.
I can tell you it won't be that.
Yeah, you're really not batting well on guessing what the questions are going to be so far.
No.
You went G Gordon Liddy, and how many butt cheeks are there?
I quite literally was saying, I hope that's not the question.
And it isn't. All right, here we go. The recent Time Person of the Year selectee Elon Musk tweeted that his electric car company Tesla would begin to accept the Dogecoin cryptocurrency as payment, causing the mimetic coin's value to jump about 20% today. Question. In July of this year, the BJ McLeod Motorsports NASCAR team ran a special hashtag Dogecar livery, the second time Dogecoin was featured on a NASCAR car. Unfortunately, Dogecar 98 spun out in the 189-lap race. On what lap did the Dogecar spin out? Closest will get the point. On this 189-lap race, what lap did the Dogecar spin out this year? This was
In a sub NASCAR event.
In a it's NASCAR,
No,
Xfinity.
Yeah, but it wasn't like was it like the real race that happens like on Sunday, or was it like some
Yes.
random bullshit?
I believe it was the real.
The real race.
Yes.
But
So
it
it's
is
like-
a,
it's
a
like-
subpar currency.
All right, everyone's a critic.
Justin, we're starting with you here. What lap did the Dogecar spin out?
What lap?
Out of 100, the hint is that there are 189 laps.
And it spun
Wait,
out
what?
at some
What?
point.
Like
It spun out and
big
crashed.
time NASCAR races, 189 laps.
I believe it's Talladega. In
Really?
Nashville.
Yeah. Ever hear of it? My buddy the Moon has.
I don't know enough about NASCAR. It's the Xfinity series in Nashville. I don't.
No, I don't.
This
I
is a
don't think- I don't-
Bitcoin website,
no,
not a
no, no.
NASCAR website.
Yeah, I think that is the lesser thing.
Yeah.
I believe it spun out at the 57th lap.
57th lap.
5-7.
5-7.
5-7.
I think it was a little bit higher. I think it was 69.
More faith to the moon, you say, with Dogecoin.
Yeah, I see. All right. I'm there. Okay. 69.
We might need to get Corey a mic just because he has been placing very perfect. Whenever there's like a Dogecoin reference, he just has an involuntary, yeah, baby.
All right, you need to be louder. That's my note to the camera people. If you want to be heard, just a little louder, please. All right. Here we go. So, yes, there we go. So our answers are 57 and is that 6-9, Brian?
Yes.
One of you is exactly correct.
What?
If it's not 69, then that would be an amazing guess.
Stephen Parsons, the son of the original driver of the first Doge car, spun out on lap 69.
God damn
Oh, this
So
was
that-
for you,
that-
the moon.
That shit's a fucking, that's a work, right? That's a work. No one accidentally in the Dogecoin spins out at lap 69.
That's a lot of money to crash a car for a joke. but
I mean, but also
It's
you can
Elon
pay
Musk.
for it in
If you,
Dogecoin.
yeah,
But
if
Reddit-
you've invested in Dogecoin and you know it's going to go up because it's a thing, you've made your money back, right?
Yep.
all right, we got 2 more topics here, and it is Brian's turn to pick. We've got super mini,
Oh, sexy mini super for sure.
Sexy mini super. Here we go. On news 6. And this is the news at 6. Soda and cola aisles will be seeing less of one word soon: diet. Greg Lyons of PepsiCo told CNN Business, quote, "Younger people just don't like the word diet. Many brands like Canada Dry, 7-Up, and Sunkist are replacing diet with zero or more specific branding of their products." Question: the first soda branded with the word diet may have been RC Cola's Diet Right in 1958, which was stocked in the medicine aisle. But we're all more familiar with Diet Coke, right? In what year was Diet Coke introduced? And for a hint, Diet Pepsi was launched in 1964. Brian, we're going to start with you here. What year was Diet Coke introduced?
Bryce, you salty son of a gun.
How salty is he? Like grainy or like coarse?
I'm talking pure NaCl. Real guess. Tab was Coca-Cola brand's #1 thing, but it had saccharin. They were afraid of acetaminophen. They refused to put acetaminophen in Tab. Tab was the #1 diet drink in the 70s. They eventually said, well, let's just try acetaminophen in something we'll call Diet Coke, which I believe came out late 70s, early 80s. So I'm going to say 1981.
Brian's going to say 1981. Justin, what year was Diet Coke introduced?
Oh, I'm going to go 1980.
You're going to go 1980. You're going to take the under, basically.
No, actually, no. Sorry, I forgot. I was trying to throw the game. 1997.
1997, he says.
Brian, it was aspartame.
Wait, what did I say?
Acetaminophen.
Which
Oh,
is
man.
Sudafed.
Yeah.
Aspartame.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry.
Dr.
I mean, number one,
Brian.
I would understand why they'd be scared of that. That's some fucked up shit to throw in.
They used to put methylamphetamine in here?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
They put Tylenol in sodas.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's why it was in the medicine aisle.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
If you would have
Yeah.
said it
Now,
once,
in
I
that
wouldn't have
case,
said
let me
anything, but-
change my
Hey,
year.
why would you be ripping acetaminophen, dickhead?
All right. Well, now that I know that we're talking about aspartame and not acetaminophen,
Well, that changes
Are
everything.
you going to?
Yeah. Oh, Bryce, I want to revise my answer.
Sure.
September 11th, 2001.
All right, I'm
Do
gonna,
you remember?
okay, Brett, you don't have to encourage this.
Never forget.
Again, I'm trying to make a tasteful 9/11 joke, and you got to take it to a level I don't want to go.
How does that song make it less?
Taking our shoes off again.
Invader rock later for no reason.
All right. There we go. Coca-Cola had a policy to only use the Coke name on Coca-Cola, hence the introduction of, like Brian said, the diet-like Tab drink. But Diet Coke eventually launched in 1982.
Oh, so close. So close.
Brian gets the point. Very
So
close.
close for me. I got so close at it.
Here we go. This kind of
I was mostly just saying to when I was born. Like, I was very close to.
All right. Before we go to our final round, Brett, what are the scores?
We have a score of 2 points for Justin, 3 points for Brian.
Ooh.
So, superior skill. Go ahead.
Of course, this is our 2-point round, so it's anybody's game. All right. Justin, you've got the last one here. It's called Just a Number.
Yeah, that's what I would like to play.
There we go. Just a Number now here on News 6.
No, I conscientiously object.
You're like, I'm going to run out the clock.
This is from our friends over at the Japan Times. Japanese researchers have believed they have developed a vaccine that could reduce the effects of aging. They're able to target senescent cells, aged cells that don't die but cause inflammation in nearby healthier cells. Tests in mice found that antibodies reacted to the vaccine by attaching and removing these senescent cells, which slowed the progression of arterial stiffening, an aging-based condition.
Oh, my.
Question. Estimates have pegged life expectancy in the pre-modern world at around 30 years globally. Per Worldometer and the United Nations Population Division, what is the average life expectancy around the globe? The closest without going over will win the point. What is the current average global life expectancy? Closest without going over gets the point. Justin, you're starting.
Without going over.
Oh, gee.
Without going over. Huh? You can't influence me.
No, I know. But
All right,
let me just
'cause
put
I
this
gotta-
out there.
yeah,
But
okay.
If you really wanted to show off your feet,
Yeah.
you could do like a really high number.
I mean, I'd rather just guess what I really think.
Okay, cool. And that is,
The average lifespan, huh?
yeah. The current average
Current
li-
average
number of
average
years.
lifespan?
For our
yeah.
friends at the United Nations.
Average lifespan.
Son of a...
911 years.
You fucker.
That's
400.
fucked up. A lot of people die. That's fucked up. That's
Yeah,
fucked up.
shorter.
That's fucked up.
I'm glad
It's
you
fucked
remembered.
Up. Yeah. Could be 19. The amount of co-conspirators on 9/11.
God damn it.
I mean, it could be the number 7.
uh,
A lot of questions around that number.
Number 13 is in the mix.
Building 7, yeah. That factors into this for sure.
Number 23.
Yeah.
Could
10,
be.
10. 10 is the
Okay,
number
all
of your
right, all
toes.
right, all right. Here we go. Final answer.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready to write it down.
420 years.
1 year. 1 year.
I spent a lot of time on this game. I skipped a meeting to come to make this game. All right, for 2 points. And
Yeah, in all seriousness, if I were to guess, I would say 71.
Wow.
okay, Brian. Wait, we'll keep your answer of 1 year, but your real fake answer would be 71, right?
Yeah.
All right, Justin, do you want to give a real fake answer? Just for
Hypotheticals.
like,
Sure.
fun.
Okay.
Doesn't count.
6,969.
You son of a-
Damn.
All right.
All right, Brian.
I say 43. Just
Okay, Brett says 40. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Brett.
because I care about you, Bryce. I appreciate the hard work you do. I remember.
All right.
In the chat, they're getting nervous. They're like, I don't want to see Germs' feet.
Oh, guess what, motherfuckers? That's what happens when you have consequences. Sometimes you get to see some shit you don't want to.
All righty.
We're all together.
Here we go. Brian, I'm going to drop your answer of 1 year.
Into the answer hole?
Into the answer hole.
Okay, all right, here we go. Oh, hold on. Listen.
Oh! Hooray for Brian! What a winner!
Okay, let's see your feet.
Now get them shoes off.
Yeah, doesn't this mean we have to see Justin's feet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Those pretty model feet. I'm just saying those boots of yours.
Let's make sure we're clear here. We're going to take pictures of your feet. We're going to put them on Instagram.
Yeah.
And let
we'll put them on
people-
Twitter. We don't.
Or Twitter.
It's a great
Yeah,
night
yeah,
live.
Oh, yes.
Great
That-
night
Great
live.
Night Live.
Yeah.
Do with them as you wish.
The
Photoshop them wherever you want.
Yes.
If anybody is interested in the actual information, the answer we were looking for at more than double the pre-modern estimate, the global life expectancy this year was 73.2.
Wow, that's impressive.
Brian, you were very close.
Yeah,
73.2.
right?
That's the whole world.
That's the whole world. Both
Okay,
sides.
all right. Well, we got to take a photo real quick. So here.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
It's got to be tasteful. It's got to be tasteful.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah.
on.
Well, I'll tell you. Look. I want to
Can I
make
get a
you.
prop? Can I get a prop?
Bryce,
Can
real
somebody
quick,
give me
can we
a
get
prop?
some
I need a prop.
soothing music in here?
This
Can
is
we get
like-
some soothing music.
Yeah, I need
Fucking
soothing
Christ's
music.
sakes, do you know how expensive he is? Come on, let's get this shit. All right, come on. Okay, all right. We're going to play a little music.
Are you gonna
Get
get
a little
help?
chill. Okay.
Okay.
You know, I've worked with all of them. Scott Johnson. Lil Laporte.
Jesus.
Tom Mayer.
You asking me for a joke that's gonna get us fucking in trouble.
On Slashdot. Okay, here you go.
Here we go. It is.
Hold
Gonna
on.
ring that bell. Get ready.
Let's see them feet.
Oh
Come
my
on.
goodness.
Okay.
Here we go. Come on. You gotta give me.
Here we go.
Here, I got
It's
some Crevassier over here. Come
Wait,
on.
let me go
man.
side saddle.
Okay, hold on a sec. Our camera folks are getting in position here. Thank you, everybody, for...
Okay.
By the way, if you have a game, greatnightpod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Of course, we have the link in the show notes as well. If you've got an idea for a game, a
Okay.
punishment, whatever the fuck this is, please send it in greatnightpod@gmail.com.
This is literally just turned into foot porn.
It just kind of literally is.
Okay. All right.
Again, just like thank Chris.
Whenever you're ready, you let me know.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Get in there, baby.
All right. You ready? Okay. Here we go.
It's tasteful.
Brian, is this a selfie you're taking this?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It got too real. At a certain point, it was just us taking foot porn.
All right, well, who is it that we have to thank for this?
Chris Myers.
Thank you.
Chris Myers.
Thank you, Chris Myers. If you would like to have this much undue influence over the show, please, greatnightpod@gmail.com is
Just
where you
think
can
it
send.
could be you. It could be you.
All right. Let me see how this turned out.
That's right. If you can, I guess, text that to me and I'll post it on the Twitter.
I'm gonna send this over to you while you set up our final bit.
Okay. Our final bit today. Oh yes, Justin. I believe we had. Oh, look at the time of year, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Bryce, we're simply having a December where there's holidays. So
So unusual.
Simply having a December with
holidays.
Holidays.
That old canard. So we figured just to end the show because I love Christmas and I'm always in the Christmas spirit around this time of year that we could just go ahead and add something to the season because we don't just want to be moochers, right? Like we want to.
Yes, I agree. Also, in the chat, somebody suggested I send this to Body Without Context. So let me do that real quick.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, no. As a matter of fact,
Can you send it to my wife too, just in a group text?
yes, I will. As a matter of fact,
yeah.
I'll put both of us in it.
Yeah, put us all in the group text and
okay.
just send a picture of my feet to both my wife and your wife.
Yep.
This is going to be a great setup for Great Wife next week.
They're gonna be really excited, man. So the
You think this will end with next week them taking pictures of each other's feet?
nope, I really don't.
Very
Me
unlikely
either.
to be the way that ends next week.
Me either.
Go
So-
ahead.
So
Yes.
here's the thing, man. I just want to add to the legend. I want to add to things. I want to add to some kind of Christmas lore because everybody's adding. Everybody's like they make new Christmas songs every year, but nobody really makes new Christmas stories, or at least the ones that they do suck shit.
Yeah, dude. I'm Bing Crosby. I love acid. I'm gonna decide there's a red-nosed glowing reindeer.
Bing Crosby was groovy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Did you not know that?
No. I
Very.
know he beat his kid.
Maybe not that groovy. Maybe. Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, I want to add something. So Brett, you brought up something in our pre-show.
Yes, I did. It is my opinion that since this whole Santa Claus thing is a myth, that we can.
I mean, look, if there's any kid under 10 listening, he didn't mean that.
I didn't mean that.
He didn't mean that. If there's any kid listening through Brian taking a picture of my feed and multiple jokes about 9/11,
I mean,
he didn't mean that.
this kid's
That's
through
not
some
real.
shit, is what I'm
Everything
saying.
else was real. That wasn't real.
Sure. So let's say that there's the myth. We know the person of Santa.
Santa,
Claus.
real person who lives in the North Pole. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Who did he
And,
vote
then
for? You
there's the
think?
myth.
Who do you think Santa voted for in the
yeah.
2020 election?
At the 2020 election,
Yeah.
I think he's a libertarian.
Yeah. He voted for
No,
Joe
he
Jorgensen.
voted-
Or he's Green Party.
He
He's
voted
very
for a
much Green
fucking
Party.
penguin. He lives in the North Pole. He's not eligible to vote in the United States.
We don't know that. According
I
to the
do.
myth,
He lives in the North Pole.
Wait
He
a minute. I just
He may have
realized this
dual
is what we need to do:
citizenship.
is we need to write the Santa origin story.
Yep.
Political Santa origin story.
Yeah,
Yes.
the political Santa
Yeah.
origin
Yes.
story.
All right.
That's
So
absolutely.
what happens?
Okay,
Where do we start?
First of all, where is canon?
Taft is stuck in a bathtub.
No,
When?
I think the canon goes back before that, right?
Okay.
So I think the canon goes back to what? 1800, 1776?
Taft is stuck in a manhole cover when
When this bearded fellow decided to help Taft out,
yeah, and he's like,
and he says, "And I'll vote for you."
yeah, and he's
because
just,
I have dual citizenship.
right, hold
exactly
it.
because he's native of the North Pole.
Yes.
but he's in Washington for what kind of business?
He's there to talk about the parks and the national parks, because where else is he going to get his reindeer from?
Just real
Yes,
quick.
he needs to preserve his hunting ground so he can kidnap reindeer and make them their slaves.
Okay,
Yep.
so to make this all canon, we got to retcon a little bit. We have to
Yeah.
decide that the actual Santa legend was artificially planted, and there have been cases of this. But everything. When was Taft president? Like
Look
20
that shit up, Bryce. When
Right.
was Taft president?
whenever Taft was before Taft was president, the way he became president is that somebody found him stuck in a manhole cover. Oh, that is the look of somebody who just saw.
it was just my picture. We have yet to get reaction.
Okay, good. So the way.
All right, so
Taft-
he was a president in 1909.
Okay,
Okay.
so in 1900, whenever the legend of Santa Claus was invented, before that, and then they planted all the seeds and got it to be a thing.
Yeah,
A bearded man from up north
the North Pole.
found,
Yeah,
before he was president, an overweight gentleman
who was stuck in a manhole cover.
stuck in a manhole cover.
Yeah.
With the mustache.
Did Taft have the mustache?
I hope so.
I don't know
Sure,
if
he did.
Yeah.
Like
He
Goofy
did
on
at the
Big Wave.
time.
Yeah, he did. Look-
Whether or not
Oh,
he
he did,
shaved
he
it
did,
off
he did,
later.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Sweet stats,
All right.
bro.
So a pre-presidential William Howard Taft
Right.
has fallen in a manhole cover because he's so fat he got stuck. Which what would otherwise be maybe a fatal decision for somebody is instead just an embarrassing one because his waistline is so
I would
big.
like to believe that he was busy reading his speech that he was about to give and then accidentally stepped into the manhole cover and then whoops, and I'm stuck. And
I
they
think
thought,
he was reading a nudie magazine that was centered around feet.
You know what? You're right. Now
Yeah.
that I think about it, it had a line drawing of feet.
Of feet. And he's like, oh, such delectable toes. Whoa! And he
Yes.
falls in and he's stuck comically. Meanwhile, what was Santa doing before he found him?
And this was in Washington.
In Washington, D.C.
He was coming from the Smithsonian, where he also was looking at feet pictures in the National Gallery, because they have all the portrait galleries, and so he was just checking out all the feet.
All the
as
feet.
well.
So initially, what attracts Santa to this situation is he sees Taft's nudie magazine.
Laying
he picks
open.
it up and he goes, a man of culture, I see.
Yeah.
So it is the shared foot fetish that
This
brings,
shared foot fetish.
Also,
Yeah.
Santa, his original name is his birth name.
Chris Kringle is what we know him as now,
Bernie
but
Jankowitz.
initially,
Surprisingly, it's Bernie Jankowitz, but
Bernie Jankowitz.
yeah,
And he's not literally from the North Pole, right?
no, he's not.
he's from
where?
the North Pole of Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, exactly.
And he says, "Oy vey, these feet, I love them."
Oh,
me.
Give me the feet.
What was the name again?
Bernie Jenkins. I'm uncomfortable with the Jewish thing. We're going away from the Jewish thing. We're going away.
I would think he didn't
because
have
it
to be
just
Jewish
ends
just
with
because
us
his name was
doing
Bernie
Jewish
Jankowitz.
jokes, and we're not doing. This is a Christmas thing. They have their own holiday. We don't need to be doing Jewish jokes on top of the Christmas.
You know what I
holiday.
love is being lectured about keeping it classy by somebody who made
Blowing bud.
9/11 jokes and then did a foot fetish photo, and he's just like, "All right, this is a bridge."
With
too
his
far."
decorum, this is not that type of show. Justin
We all
says.
have lines. We all have lines.
Yes, and as Santa taught us, they are white lines.
Pretty groovy.
Okay. Carl Stenkhausen.
Sure.
Stankhausen. Yeah. So
Carl Stankhausen from the North Pole of where?
of Minnesota, Minneapolis.
Of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
was he born there? Like I want young Santa.
Jesus.
Like
Jesus.
19
Talk about
or
mine.
19 years to 26 years. What did he
Firm,
do?
hard Santa.
No.
yes, he was Jack
Young,
Santa.
firm, hard
is-
Santa.
Don't put
This
words
is where
in my
Hot
mouth.
Santa came from. This is also where equally where Hot Santa came from.
So what did he do before he discovered William Howard
He
Taft?
chopped the fuck out of wood. That's
Yeah.
all he did.
He was
Yeah,
a
he
lumberjack.
He was a lumberjack.
I did that shit too when I was a teenager.
That's right. He's chopping a lot of wood.
Chopping a fucking...
smoking butts, but chopping wood.
Sometimes I chop wood like fucking 5 times a day.
That's right.
Talk about a red nose.
So what brought him from the woods to Washington, D.C.?
Well,
But no, the Smithsonian, because he wanted to take pictures of feet, because he wanted to also speak on behalf of the National Parks Program, because he needed reindeer that he would eventually build his master plan.
Right.
Yes.
Which is
Yeah.
why he had the plan that he was going to present to Congress called Trees Are the Toes of America.
Yes. Yeah.
absolutely.
But he was young, right? He was naive, so
Yeah.
he didn't really know how that worked. He
Right.
just kind of walked around DC hoping somebody would ask him.
Just saying it to everyone.
Yeah, hoping somebody would ask him to come
Hi,
to Congress.
how are you? My name is what?
It's Carl Stanko.
Carl
My name-
Stankiewicz.
My name is Carl. Trees are the toes of America.
Yeah. And it's while he's doing this that he sees an open foot fetish magazine.
Next to
and
a
he's
man
like,
stuck in a
and he's
manhole.
like, hey, look at those. And next thing you know, his eyes glance up and there's a comically fat man stuck in a manhole cover.
Right.
For which he's like, no, by the way, hold on. Is Santa in this story the
Carl.
body type that we know him later?
No,
or is
he was very lean.
He's not there yet. He's beefy because he's been chopping all that
powerful.
wood
So-
sometimes 3 times a day.
So does
But-
he make a comical to the audience watching at home, like, hope I never get that fat, like kind of like joke before he pulls William Taft out?
I think he's
Now,
too busy.
He would say, "Well, aren't you jolly?" as he pulls him out.
Perfect. That's
Aren't
even
you
better.
jolly?
Yes.
Way to plus up the fat joke.
To which Taft said, no, sir, I am injured. Please take me to the nearest hospital.
I have internal bleeding.
To which Carl says, ho, 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 ho. Did you know that trees are the toes of America?
Of America.
And then he's like, I do now. And then there's a circle wipe.
Yeah.
Is that the whole story? That's all we got?
Oh, no. Then it uncircle wipes
Okay,
to
good.
wherever we go. Yeah.
And
So-
now Taft is president.
Yes.
And he's reading from a scroll.
Yes.
And he says, I here do.
I here do believe that trees are the toes of the forest.
Brought to you by Ford Motor Company. If you need a horseless carriage, look to Ford.
How do we? Is this SpawnCon?
I mean, we got to pay for this somehow.
Yeah, the Ford Motor Company.
now I want to send an invoice to Ford
Hey, we invented a Christmas legend for you.
with a link to this moment and just say your prompt payment is appreciated.
I'm gonna give you a net 30 on this one, Ford.
So, Nationals Forests, the toes of America, brought to you by
Yeah.
Ford Motor Company. Carl, upon achieving his dream and Taft being president, what happens next?
Well, then, of course, Taft is like telling his wife after he's just gotten inaugurated, and he's like, well, you know, I probably would have never been president if it wasn't for a young man who helped me out of when my fat ass got caught in a manhole cover.
What was his name?
Well, he was Carl Stankiewicz.
I just say Santa Claus.
I don't know. I never really thought about
I
it.
know you very well that you call him Santa Claus. I'm your wife.
I guess I don't know. Jesus, this bitch fucking hear it all? Or,
Santa!
and then-
Santa baby, won't you be president tonight? That's the song I'm writing on my gramophone. Go ahead, Taft.
The song before the
look,
name. Okay.
his name's not Santa.
Yeah, Santa,
His
that's what I
His
said.
name was Carl. I don't believe in Santa.
Oh, he was
Taft
wearing
says.
scarlet, you say? Did he have
And
any
by the way,
reindeer?
all right, this is December 24th, and Taft is literally fat fucking Taft.
Yeah.
Is about to get into a very small. We're talking like Monopoly piece sized bath. Right.
Yeah.
He's like he's reaching his big naked leg into a very small bath
At
when
this
he
point-
hears.
Ching, 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 ching.
And he's like, what? And he runs out stark naked.
Starkers.
He's like, oh, Tafty baby, that's also my last name now.
And then she says, like, there's something for you under the tree. And he's like, what the fuck, bitch? And next thing you know, there's a gigantic bath.
A comically large.
A comically large bath.
I think we have a photograph of that.
We do.
That's how we know how real it is.
We know how real the story is. And Taft is like, oh, I guess he is Santa.
So at this point, what he doesn't realize is that Carl snuck and trespassed onto property.
Yeah.
Of the White House.
At the White House.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
He's
this is before there
basically-
was a Secret Service.
There wasn't.
Yeah.
He was very sneaky even then.
Yeah.
But he got
Santa's
in.
basically Solid Snake.
All they had were guard reindeers. Okay, fuck off. Like, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, no, never mind. This is everybody else's thing. This is why I'm cringing. This is why I'm cringing. Unbelievable.
Oh no, apparently my yes won't end. I guess so. Go blow a butt.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
So Carl was there specifically to trespass because he wanted to to commit crimes, and he was confused. He thought that it's not a crime to trespass, a belief he still holds to this very day. And so he sneaks in, sees Taft in this position, busts out laughing. However, he's got a very peculiar laugh, so it comes out.
Oh.
And Taft turns and says, kill that man. At which point he becomes a fugitive and travels to international waters, no landmass beneath him, stays at the frozen polar ice caps.
Yep.
He moves up there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's because Taft has put,
Yeah.
and it's been written into every international treaty since,
yes.
that Santa cannot hold any residency in any civilized country throughout the world.
Any civilized country.
Yeah. Well,
What about
The
uncivilized
uncivilized ones, you're
country?
totally okay.
I mean,
The
look,
civilized ones.
like, get in where you fit in, right? Like,
Okay, so
I'm saying, like, there is no UN country that can recognize Santa because he is a fugitive based on this situation with Taft. Oh, there has to be a slight. So it's like when he gets his big,
pronounced sleigh.
but when he gets his big tub, it has to be like Taft opens the thing, and it's like, hey, you fat fuck, enjoy this. And Santa thinks it's like a joking thing because they go way back.
Yeah,
like
right.
Yeah.
he played a pivotal part in his origin story.
and
Santa misjudged the fact that text
Taft-
reads different than words.
Taft is reading it, and a smile comes to his face, and then a trickle of blood comes down the corner of his mouth.
because he's been biting his tongue.
No, because he's been stabbed in the back by Carl. The
Wait, he's
master
murdered?
trespasser, who, upon completing his plan, has now decided,
Bryce, I liked your improvs better.
Where's the rain guardy deer?
All right. That-
Oh, now I get.
I'm
now I
sorry.
get the
No,
rain
at that
guard.
point, the
I'm
rain guardy
sorry.
deer
I-
steps on him.
Anyway, turns out Mrs. Claus is an escort.
Sure.
That's all canon.
And she sucks dick like Nancy
Whoa,
Reagan.
whoa, 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 whoa. That's
Nancy
Candy
Reagan.
cane.
Nancy
Like
Reagan's the
it's a
throat coat.
candy cane.
And that's the spirit of Christmas.
All right,
Christmas,
Brad.
everybody.
What did we learn?
We've learned that Mrs. Claus can suck a lot of candy.
Oh, my goodness.
We've learned that there's a thing called rain guardian deers.
We
The
definitely
rain
have
guardian deers of the galaxy.
Deers, they are a thing.
This is revisionist history.
learned. I mean, we're just updating the Wikipedia.
We know specifically that there's a difference between blowing butts and the other thing. And
Do we?
we also know that y'all are wonderful people.
We also know that both of our wives are too classy to respond to, this clearly.
text message.
Baby photo.
We all know that we want to wish a very Merry Christmas to Brett, who's not going to be here next week. Let's all give a round of applause. for that.
Huzzah. Good luck. Don't
I got my.
fall into manholes. We know that Bryce is better at improv than we give him credit for.
Okay. Thank you.
We love
All
Brian.
right. Tell you what, it's been a great night.
Yeah, dude. We'll see you next Tuesday. Shine on, you crazy diamonds. Beep, 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 beep.
We survive. No, there's never been a greater night, a single better later night, a pause the masturbation night, a let's get drunk and laugh tonight. There's never been a greater, great night.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.